When we're looking at the slope of a linear equation, we like to represent it several ways just so that we can remember what it stands for or what it means in a linear equation. The first thing is we use the variable m anytime we are referring to the slope. So if we had y equals mx plus b, the m that's right in front of the x is the slope in that equation. The second thing is we want to think of the slope as the rate of change. And in order to figure out the rate of change, we often look at the vertical change over or divided by the horizontal change. So when I want to know what is this slope, I just need to figure out what is this vertical change divided by what is the horizontal change. That's why I like to use this vertical arrow in the numerator and the horizontal arrows in the denominator. Or sometimes we use triangles to represent the word change. And so this means the change in y or the change in my y values over the change in my x values. And then we use words. The change in my y values, the word is rise, or the change in my x values, the word is run. So sometimes you'll hear people say rise over run, or you'll hear people say the change in y over the change in x. If we actually got numbers for these, we would find the rate of change, or we would find what that slope is. So when I look at this equation, m equals y sub 2 minus y sub 1 divided by x sub 2 minus x sub 1, what we're doing is we're identifying this is the second y coordinate, this is the first y coordinate. We're going to subtract them to find that distance between the two. And then this is my second x coordinate, and we're going to subtract the first x coordinate to get the distance between the x's. So that gives me my change in the y over the change in the x. So when I have these 2 points, like 6, 4, negative 4, 2, all I have to do is identify my second y, and so that is 2, and I'm going to subtract 4 from that. That's my first y, and then I'm going to take my second x value, and I'm going to subtract my first x value, which is 6. So now I want to calculate what is 2 minus 4 equal to. That is negative 2. And then what is 4 minus 6 equal to? That is negative 10. And now negative 2 tenths, I need to simplify that because that value is just the same as 1/5. And so the slope when I have these 2 points is 1/5. However, sometimes I have a graph of my 2 points and I just want to count it out. So if I were going to count it out, all I needed to do was look at how far away are the y's of this. So when I look at this point, I'm going to count to get to this point. Always start with the point that is furthest to the left, and I'm going to have to go down. And the fact that I'm going down tells me that I need to say negative. And then how far down did I go? 1, 2, 3. Negative 3 is my numerator. And then my denominator is going to be how far to the right do I have to go? 1, 2. So my denominator is 2. What is the slope of this? The slope is negative 3 halves. And if you needed to simplify that, you could simplify if you would have to simplify that. So the two ways that you can find a slope of 2 points or an equation is to either take the y sub 2 minus y sub 1 and divide by x sub 2 minus x sub 1, or you can graph the 2 points. You can say, I'm going to put these 2 points and I'm going to count. And you might have to go up in order to get to the next one. That's going to give you a positive slope. Or in this case, we had to count down. So that's going to be represented with a negative